3FULL. It's your guy, Sirr Love, and I'm super excited to give you another episode of Chasing Greatness right here live. You know how we do it. Oh, it's not necessarily live just yet, but you know how we do it. I reach out and call the people that have sent text messages in with questions. They have sent their text messages in to 404-442-4792. And in response, I am randomly giving you a call. You don't know when to expect it. Could be 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, 1 week later, the same day. But what will happen is I may give you a call and get you on the podcast show to talk about your situation live. And that's what's getting ready to happen on today's episode of Chasing Greatness. Super excited to be here. Today, I'm reaching out to Samuel Shell. And this individual is located in Bear, what is this, D.E.? What's that? Delaware, right? So we're reaching out to this individual. We're getting ready to have a conversation. He had a question. He said, "I'm an old friend of his." What's going on? What did you ask? He asked me if I'm Troy Carter's nephew. Troy Carter. I don't know if he's Troy Carter or Troy Taylor, but Troy, because I'm doing a lot of work with Troy Taylor right now. But Troy Carter, no, I am not Troy Carter's nephew. That would be dope. Troy Carter's doing a lot of dope stuff. If I was his nephew, I would definitely be doing more. I'm an old friend of his from Philly, and when you brought him up in the video, I was like, is that his nephew? I knew when he was little. How are artists making money now with no touring? So obviously you're talking about COVID. Obviously you're trying to figure out how things are going with no touring. Let's have the conversation. I'm having good vibes this evening. I'm sitting here with my flavors, and I got a hookah this time. I'm enjoying the vibes. It's a dope afternoon, evening. It's about 10 o'clock, and I'm about to go ahead and give my man a call and see what's getting ready to happen. So let's give him a call and see if he wants to have the conversation. Here we go. Hello, man. I speak to Samuel.
Speaking.
Samuel, what's going on? How you feeling?
What's good with you, sir?
I'm cool, man. This is Sirr Love. Obviously, I think you already know that. How you feeling?
Absolutely. I'm doing good. I ain't got no complaint. None whatsoever.
Perfect. Well, let me introduce you to what's going on. So I started a new thing, and you're going to be one of the first people on this new thing. But I started a podcast where I'm just randomly calling people that have reached out and just having conversations. And I know you reached out 3 weeks ago, so you might be like, man, this dude forgot about me. But nah, man, I saw your message. You asked me if I was Troy Carter's nephew, and I was like, Troy Carter? I mean, that would be dope.
Right,
but
right.
Nah, man, I got you. You're on the show now, so we're not live, but it's being recorded, and I'm just giving like free sessions in the midst of this and recording it live so other people can learn as well. And we're just having good conversations. So
Absolutely. So my current situation is I just acquired an artist, and in fact, he was introduced to me by an individual that's in prison who's his brother, and his brother told him he needed to call me because that's what I used to do, is manage artists. But I had got out of the game. Actually, I was in the game with Troy Carter. That's why I asked you. Troy and I had started out when he was in a group with Will Smith all the way back in the day. Will Smith used to be his manager. Him and he had two dancers, Ant and Jazz. So we go way back, way back.
Wow. Wow.
And he actually started managing after I started managing. He kept going. I quit because I didn't like the shadiness of the music business. So, long story short, he got Eve, and then, it just went, he skyrocketed from there.
Went crazy from there.
Last time I saw him, I was in his Beverly Hills office in 2007. And that was a while ago. So actually that was the last time I saw him personally. The time after that I saw him was when I was watching the Golden State Warriors game, and I saw him on the courtside seat sitting there, and I'm calling everybody like, yo, look at little Troy on the jump. But anyway, so I'm in a position now where I have an artist he's only 21 years old. He's been doing it since like 2005. He has 2 projects that are, from around that time frame, I think like 2005, 2008. And now I'm working on a new project with him that'll be his entitled album. And I know everything is virtual now, but it's real hard because I don't have the connects I used to have. I used to be able to plug people in easily because I used to be over Jazzy Death's house every day. I used to be backstage at the Powerhouse all the time. All of those privileges I used to have because I stepped aside, and I'm not going to say I burnt that bridge of relationships, but I left those relationships in the past.
Right.
So now
times have changed now.
Absolutely. So now I need to get back in the game because I have somebody who I wouldn't get back in the game at all because, it's sour to me, but I wouldn't get it back in the game at all unless I had somebody that I thought was really solid. And I really believe in this young man. I think this young man has got something special. He's writing his own stuff. He got a couple of producers helping him. But at the same time, his music is amazing. And it's what we need right now. I need him to do it for the culture. So I just need a little bit of help. I need to talk to the person that know the person, and give them the vision of who my artist is and watch them become a believer and literally put my man in a better situation that he's in right now. That's what I need.
So let's talk about it. First off, super commend you for that history lesson right there. A lot of people don't even know who used to run together back in the day and how all these things connect. Last time I saw Troy at the Spotify event at the Gathering spot in Atlanta. 20 now? That was last year, 2019. I think that was last year.
19, yeah.
It was 19. And asked him a couple questions, chatted up with him. We talked about radio and how he feels that Spotify is displacing radio and different things of that nature. And we had, it was cool vibes.
Right.
But in reference to how things move now, so you come from like the real game, like back when, even though it's always been snakish, as you know. I've seen my share of snakes and sharks and all those, and piranha and whatever. But when it comes down to, today the game is completely different. It's an artist-driven economy, and the executives don't have the power they used to have. The time period that you're talking about was a period in which, it was all about making someone believe. If someone can believe the vision, it was like we had a secret, and especially in hip-hop culture. Hip-hop culture was new. You're talking about the 90s. Late 80s, early 90s, going into the 2000s, hip-hop was getting ready to become what it is today. And a lot of people still didn't have faith in the culture. They didn't understand what it was getting ready to be. And there were a few people that understood the power of hip-hop that were able to wheel and deal and create situations, right? And it was almost magical. It was like, look, we made this multi-platinum selling artist because the powers that be didn't understand what was happening in the underground. Now it's not the case. Hip hop is the number one genre in the world, number one genre, period. Afrobeats is going to take it over, but as of right now, hip hop is still the shit. So when it comes to that, it's no longer a space of, hey, this is the next new thing. Everyone has signed that type of A&R that has the eye for the next new thing. There's no such thing as a next new thing because we are the thing. Hip hop is the thing. It is everything. So therefore, in today's economy, it's really about your numbers, your stats. What have you accomplished so far? You talking about that time period back in the day with Eve and all those, even before that. You're talking about Will Smith. You're talking about, analog recording. You're talking about DAT machines. You're talking about engineers that used to have nicknames like Scissor Fingers and used to cut the tape up and wrap it up. Like it was a certain type of energy to that. To own a studio back then, you had to have hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and people recording in multi-million-dollar facilities. Now, cats are recording on their laptops and going straight to market with aggregators like DistroKid and TuneCore. So the whole system has changed. So the idea of having a plug that's going to walk you in, it's going to change everyone's career. Like, being honest, like that mindset is kind of dead. You can't move like that in today's system. Today is about showing your numbers, showing your business acumen, and showing how if I give you an investment, the labels are strictly alone in the loan business, right? If I give you an investment, how can you flip it? In the past, the labels gave the investment to the executive, someone like Diddy, someone like Master P, someone like Baby, right? Someone like, you know, name can go on and on and on and on. Go on and on down that list of people that had, you know, power like that. Like even like cats that weren't super known, like super known. Yo Gotti's still super known, but like, you know, players in the game. They gave the investments to them, and they kicked the game a certain type of way to everyone else. Now the game is getting kicked to everyone the same way. So at the end of the day, what can you do is what they're looking at from a business perspective. No one cares about an artist's potential. They care about what the artist is doing right now. If I give you X amount of dollars right now, what is my return on investment? How long is it going to take me to get it back? What will your numbers look like through streaming? Can I put you in the 360? What is your value outside of just numbers? And so that's the truth of the game. So no matter how talented this kid is, somebody has to invest in this kid. This kid has to invest in himself. This kid has to have crazy hard work ethic. He has to put in a lot of hard work, and he has to go out there and earn a slot. So what you should be doing right now, if you really believe in this kid, is empowering him either by taking him on and helping him with the business, which is completely different from that time period, or, you know, educating him on where he needs to go to find the knowledge that he needs. Because right now we want to know, you're trying to walk him into a deal. Is his streaming numbers in the millions, right? First off, period. Is his streaming numbers in the millions? What are you doing on the road? How much merch are you selling? If I invest in you, how much can I get back is what we're trying to ask. You know, you know, labels and even sub labels and all those, they're not investing like they used to. You have a bunch of hustlers out here that are like, yo, I'll sign your act and I'll put them under a 360, and if it pop, then I'll invest. But if it don't pop, I just gonna have him sign. He gonna sit on the shelf. You got that energy, which is crazy. So this kid sparked your interest, got you inspired, and the only way to bring this kid to market is you have to bring this kid to market. And the beauty is you don't have to capture the whole market. Only thing you got to capture is a subset of the market. You can generate 1 million streams a month from like 100,000 people. 100,000 people listen to your album one time. You got 1 million streams if you got 10 songs on it. Right? So like at this point, you trying to get fans. You need to be working on generating fans for the artist, tracking your success. How did you do it? What blogs did you attack? What playlists did you attack? How much money did you spend on your investments? So that way you can recoup it afterward. All those type of things. It's definitely a business play from your perspective right now. And from the artist's perspective, it's about being as authentic as possible and getting people to believe in whatever message this artist is spewing. And, you know, connecting to whatever energy is out there. Because there's always energy. When, you know, we talking back in the 90s, you got to use references that are from that time period. When Big came out, it was like, yo, California, you know, Cali got this shit on lock, but Big bringing it back. You know, he's the person bringing it back for the city. That was the message. Like, and people were looking for that message. And Brooklyn was like, yeah, we need that. And that was the energy. He got the whole city behind him. And by the city, I don't mean New York. I mean, he got the borough behind him. And the borough drove the next deal. And then Diddy jumped on that. So let me take it to Howard. Let me push it. Right? So, like, in this situation, and that happened, that same story can be told for every artist that popped, even today, except for the silos of artists that people believe in and invest in. They put major capital in. Your Chris Browns, you know, even your Lil Babies. Lil Baby was able to generate a crazy street following real quick because he was real. He was in the streets. He already had a name and a brand in the streets. And you know, Coach K and all those, Coach K and P put some cash behind him, really made his name pop. And since he was authentic, people related to it, because in Atlanta, in the South, people were looking for something authentic that represented the trends that were going on at the time versus the trends that had, you know, past tense. You know, Atlanta was coming off of the, you know, the dance music vibe and transitioning into well, not even dance music, but they were coming off of the you know, 2 Chainz was hot, Future was hot, Young Thug was hot. You were coming from that vibe, and Thug just gave you another dose of reality. Not Thug, Baby gave you another dose of reality in a new way with the new flow that everybody wasn't on. That was kind of a piece of what Migos was doing and whatnot. So it's like, does the market want what you have, right? And I know I'm saying a lot, but I'm saying all this to give you context and what you got to do. If you really want this kid to pop, and you know way more than him, you feel you know way more than him, you need to update yourself on how the game has changed, and you need to go ahead and strap up and get back in.
Right. Beautiful. I'm down here writing notes.
So, like, do you have any projects out right now?
Yeah. He's all over Spotify. He's on YouTube. Got YouTube videos. He's on Apple Music.
What's his name?
Najee Dewan. NajeeDuwon. Najee Dewan.
God damn, my shit freezing. Hold up. For one reason or another, my Spotify is locked up. So I ain't gonna check it out right now, but I'm gonna check it out. Najee Dewan. Let me write the name down.
Najee Dewan.
Let me write the name down. What is his numbers right now?
They're not as good as I like them to be.
What, under 10,000, 5,000, under 1,000? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Under 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta work the numbers. You gotta work the numbers. There's a lot of ways to do it. It's honestly grit and work ethic right now. Like, honestly, bro, like the way the market is set up right now, me, myself, right? I'm not a rapper. I used to flow back in the day. I know if I pick it up, I'd be kind of nice. But if I wanted to, if I made a song right now and then apply my work ethic to it and commit it to it, I can get to 100,000 plays within a year. Guaranteed. Right? It's work ethic. It's reaching out to the right platforms, putting the right things together, the right messaging, da-da-da. It's about work, And if I wanted to put real cash behind it, I could hit $1 million. It's just knowing the game and knowing what you're trying to do. So for you got to determine, how you want to invest financially, how you want to invest time-wise, how committed you are to the project. And it's just about putting in work. In the past, the work was, let me show you that this cat is talented, which is listen to his flows, listen to his bars, listen to, it was all about the craft. It ain't about the craft no more, man. It's about, do people believe?
Right.
Do the people believe? It doesn't fucking matter if he has skills, because the people don't care about skills like they used to. The new generation is the new generation of hip hoppers are not thinking like the 90s generation of hip hoppers. 90s generation hip hop, it was all about talent and evolution of hip hop. Hip hop has already evolved. It's less about your talent, because everybody got talent. Now it's about, your influence. Influence is more important than talent. Can he influence people? Is he a leader? Does he drive people to follow? Is his message the type of message that makes people say, I really want to be behind you. I support you. What can I do to be a part of what you're doing? As an individual, that comes from him being connected to his audience. How connected is he? Right? This is what you should be asking right now. And you should be driving messaging around that. And you should be it's really organic guerrilla marketing. It's just happening online instead of physically in the streets, but it's still guerrilla marketing. It's still rock with me. Believe in my message. Believe what I'm talking about. See me out here. I'm working. I'm doing this for y'all. I'm doing this for whatever I'm doing this for. Like, I'm doing this for the culture, for the message, for, my mama, for, I don't know. Like, do the people believe in why he's doing it, and do they support it?
Right. Excellent. I'm loving it.
So how much you getting ready to invest in the kid? What you about to do? A couple thousand, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands? What are you thinking? Are you going to invest, or are you going to shop him to someone else?
Oh, for sure. No. I've already upgraded his home studio, and I'm willing to invest another couple thousand for him.
Okay, that's a good start. And what is your focus? Are you doing it? Are you chasing plays and fame, or are you chasing ROI?
What was the second one? Am I chasing what?
ROI, return on investment.
Oh, absolutely, return on my investment. But I really want to see his dreams come true. I believe in his vision. I believe in what he wants to do.
So do it, man. I mean, honestly, you sound like you got a pure heart. You doing it for the right reasons, is what it sounds like, at least. How long you been working with the kid?
I've been working with him about 3 months now.
It's mad early to be making these types of commitments, but that's how it starts. So just keep building. You obviously got to get to know him, because things can go left or right in the relationship. You got, 3 months, you don't really know him. You don't know his flaws. You don't know his little weird, demons that he may have. You don't know him yet. Right? Independent, like, is he a street artist? Is he, like, tell me about the artist. Tell me about the music.
He's an R&B artist. He's a straight R&B artist. He's very, very humble young man, God-fearing man. We have spiritual conversations all the time. He's just really, really quiet, down to earth. He just wants to make music. That's it. He's not flamboyant. He's not, in your face type of R&B. He's more, let my music speak. He's kind of like the boxer who don't do the talking. He do his talking in the ring. He does his talking on the record.
And do you feel like there's an audience for his music?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I believe there's a lane for him.
Have you tested it?
I believe it's a missing lane. No, I don't know how.
So this is what I say you should do for a test. Yeah, take this. This is what you should do as a test. You need to, what age group are you targeting with his music, just in general? Like, what is he targeting? Teenagers, 20s, 30s? What?
We could do from the teens to the millennials.
All right, so what you need to do is get a list somehow. Not even it can be an Instagram list. It could be an email list. Something I've told young dudes to do is, yo, you can't do it right now because COVID. But I used to tell Cash, go to the mall, sing in the mall,
right,
and get email addresses and numbers and Instagrams and all this other type of stuff. Collect numbers. Like young Cash used to come to me. I say, listen, you go to the mall, you come back with 300 numbers, 300 phone numbers and emails. You keep singing in the mall. You keep walking around till you get it. One, that shows me they hustle. Like, are you willing to go out there and hustle? 1, 2, are you scared to go out there and just bust out singing in the mall in front of random strangers? Are you built like that?
Right.
Like, that's like, people ain't built like that. How you gonna sing on front of the stage? You can't bust out and sing in the mall. Like, in the mall at any given time, it's like 50 people walking past you at best, maybe 10, 20, 30, right? How am I gonna put you on stage in front of 150? Tell them go to the mall, tell them go out there, sing to people, and you come back with 300 emails and numbers and this, that, and the third, right? After that, you blast his single out to all those email addresses, all those phone numbers, right? And you see how people respond to it. See how many people listen to it twice, how many people listen to it once, how many people listen to it regularly. See how many people even pay attention, how many people open the message that he sent. Right? See how good of a salesperson he is, because he's what he is. He's an artist. He has to sell himself, right? And it gives you an idea of what your conversion rate could be to a warm audience, right? Because a cold audience is an audience that has no idea who the fuck you are. Warm audience, people kind of know who you are. They want to hear what you got, but they ain't fans, right? You send that thing to 300 people, figure out what percentage of people respond to the message. What percentage of people listen to it? What percentage of people listen to it twice? What percentage of people say they want more, communicate back, this, down, the third? Figure out the percentage. It gives you an idea of your conversion rate. You look at that conversion rate and say, man, out of 300 people, 30 people really engage with this kid. Your conversion rate is 10% on warm contacts. That's large. That's high. Right? If your conversion rate is, 5% or better, you kind of cool. Maybe you got something here. If your conversion rate is super high on a warm list, it's like, okay, maybe we really got something. Gives you an idea of what's going to happen in a cold audience. And that's granted, he's only talking to certain people at certain ages. He's only going to feel comfortable talking to certain people. You might find out he only talks to people in their 30s or people in their 40s or people in their 20s. Now you'll find out who connects to him when he's out there. It's a real test, in my personal opinion. It's real live test. Now, another way to do it is to, do a sponsorship ad and see how many people respond to the sponsorship. But people are responding to more than just the music. They're responding to the visual and the lighting and the editing, and they're responding to all sorts of things that are outside of the music. But that is a testament to how good your creative team is, right? Is your creative team, do they have the ability to create the type of content that makes people want to engage? The idea is engagement. How much engagement can you get? How many likes, how many comments, how many follows, how many conversations, how many people are interacting, how many people want to be involved? That's what you're trying to test, you're trying to measure. Because this kid could be dope to you, but the rest of the world may not agree. You might dump a bunch of money into him. You might realize maybe we shouldn't be dumping this money into the promotions. Maybe we should be dumping this money into making the music more appealing to his audience, because maybe the music isn't as appealing to his audience as you think it is. Because, if you've been around since Will Smith and Eve and this, that, and the third, then, this is a young kid. You say he targeting teenagers. There's already a disconnect in your ear and their ear. It's already there. Regardless of how hip you think you are, there's a disconnect, so you really don't know.
Right.
That's just me being 100. You about to put up money. I'm talking money. You about to put up money. You need to figure that shit out. You want to know now if he got work ethic before you make a whole album, promote the shit, do all sort of type of shit. You don't even know if the nigga if the kid gonna go out there and work.
Right.
That's how I think. This is how I move. Not to crush the dream, but from a business perspective, how are you navigating the situation? But at the end of the day, after you figured out, you've done a test and figured out, what his numbers look like. That's just basic math, percentages. I'm pretty sure percentages and numbers. You can figure out, okay, this is something I want to invest in, or this is something we need to tweak a little bit before we invest in it. And then from there, it's what strategies do we want to take? Because we're targeting certain audiences and certain people. And if you spend your money targeting every single person, you're going to spend your money thin, you're going to go broke, and nothing's going to happen. So you got to figure out who's the niche audience that he talks to, who relates to him, who gives a fuck about what he's talking about. I ain't heard the music. I don't know what he's talking about. Like, only a certain group of people relate to love songs. Only a certain group of people relate to fuck songs. Only a certain group of people relate to, enlightenment music or gospel music or whatever. Per his age group, per who he's talking to, per his delivery, his style, his, structure, his mix, all these things that the audience is judging and doesn't understand. And you map out all these things and you figure out, how do I make the best possible product from this artist? And then go forward and figure out how we're going to do playlisting, how we're going to do blog and other media outlets, how we're going to do Instagram pages, YouTube pages, and other social media influencers, how we're going to, then you go from there. But it would be premature for you to go through those pathways. You're only dealing with the kid for a few months, and you don't even know if people rock with him.
Right.
Unless your ear just gold. You got that Rumpelstiltskin ear. You just spin anything in the gold over there. I don't know.
Got you.
So
that is good stuff. That is definitely good stuff.
Yeah, man, that's how I navigate. And from there, once you get feedback on the music, from the real audience, then you can determine what to fix, what to improve, and then where to go from there.
That sounds like a plan. I wrote down as much as I could, all the important stuff.
I hope so, man. It's going to come out. We're going to be dropping it on the channel, so just stay on the lookout. Like I said, you're on one of the earliest episodes. You're one of the first people to be on the podcast. So thank you, for the energy and the question and the vibes. But yeah, there's definitely, a change in the way the game is navigated from a marketing perspective.
Right.
But the business is the same shit. The publishing is the same. The marketing is the same. The snakes in the game is the same. All that other type of stuff is the same. So it's not like you got a lot to change, but you do got to come up. Like, there's a lot of learning you got to do in reference to streaming and how the money works and, where it goes and how to navigate and how licensing works in today's market versus how it used to work, and how do you spend your marketing dollars, radio versus playlisting, outdoor media, does it still have a place, flyers, do they still have a place, what's the effectiveness? Like, there's some things that you still gotta rock with, but the game never changes. The game is fundamentally the same. I wrote a marketing book that I still haven't released, that I need to freaking release, because the book's been written forever. I just haven't dropped it. I need to update it and just drop it. But what I talk about in that is that the game is the same. The medium changes. Like, at one point in time, MTV and VH1 controlled shit, and then it switched to World Star Hip Hop and live mixtapes and Dat Piff, and now it switched again to YouTube influencers and streaming playlists, and and it's gonna switch again. Like, no one will ever hold the game captive. It will always transition. It doesn't matter what the medium is. It's all about the heart of it, the strategy, the soul behind the process, and it doesn't matter what medium you're using. Like, okay, so it's TikTok. All right, how do we move with TikTok? Oh, the US just banned TikTok. What does that mean? We move to Instagram Reels. Well, how does Reels different from TikTok, and how do I get paid from that? You got to figure out all of that, but the same principles that made Prince pop on MTV are the same principles that'll make some kid pop today. It's a different platform.
That is amazing. I'm chock full of information. I'm so full right now.
Hey,
man.
Tomorrow's
gonna be a very busy day for me.
Hey,
very
man.
busy day, and I love it.
Go to work, brother. Go to work. I appreciate you reaching out. through, you know, the chat line. And that's what I do it for. I do it just to help people, man. So this is a whole new thing I started where I'm just randomly calling cats. So I try to reply to the text when I can. So, you know, obviously keep replying and sending the text messages. As you can see, it took me a minute to get around to you. But, you know, don't let that stop you from reaching out. You're getting into management. I got a book that I wrote that's on the website, talks about management. I suggest you to check it out. I swear I recommend this to darn near everyone I talk to afterward, because it's just, I wrote it for people like you. Management 101. And they got a picture. Management. They got a picture of Troy Carter on the front. Troy Carter is the cover. It's like Troy Carter and a bunch of pictures of other like super successful managers, right? But Troy Carter is like the main piece of it with like little, you'll see it. But like, yeah, man. I mean, I broke it all down. I broke everything you need to know down. I didn't break the marketing stuff down. That's the reason why I said, man, I gotta release this marketing shit. But I got stuff on there for publishing. I got stuff on there for copyrights. I got stuff on there for booking. You know, and the marketing stuff is coming soon. But if you're a person trying to figure this stuff out, read that, implement that, and then let's have a conversation in the future about where you are now, because that's going to take you really far. Right. But there's some pieces that it doesn't include. Because as a manager, you have to know everything. There's a lot to know. There's a lot to learn. But, I mean, some of the stuff I told you, I didn't even write in the book. That's just shit I know from experience and trying stuff and seeing what works. I mean, I took this kid to New Orleans one time. We was on our way to South by Southwest in Austin. We was driving from Atlanta, and we stopped in New Orleans on the way. And I remember I just wanted some gumbo and beignets and whatnot. And we get out there, we're in the fourth, the quarter. We're in a quarter, the French Quarter, whatever. Yeah, French Quarter. We're in the French Quarter, and it's all these people out there, and there's like this area where cats are, people out there hustling and whatever. And I tell the artist, I'm like, yo, go out here and take over this environment. I want you to just start performing, put your hat out there, and start collecting money. And there were two artists with me on this trip. The one artist went out there and was unable to do it. And this artist's vocals are amazing. The music is amazing. The influence is amazing. Has a whole huge following with people back in the city that supported this artist. But this artist is, natural, hustle and work ethic and just go out and get it. It wasn't there. And this artist found out in that moment. And the other artist who didn't have any of that stuff went out there hungry. This artist was homeless. This artist was hungry. This artist went out there, sings off key, he was out there just to like pick up bags and stuff. The artist was out there just on some intern helping type ish. I was like, you get out there. Artist went out there. Next thing you know, there's 30 people outside clapping, singing, throwing money in his hat. And I'm like, this motherfucker can't even sing.
Right.
Right? And that tells you a lot about the consumer populace and how we believe so much. Oh, the talent. Nah, this dude connected. His energy, his work ethic, his raw. I want this shit. And the other, and I'll tell you this, and I'll never say the names of who these people were, but I'll tell you this. We left New Orleans. The intern was hype. The artist who had a show in South by Southwest cried in the car.
Wow.
Right? Perspective.
Wow.
One artist had a platform, getting, fans, all this other type of stuff. The other one, nothing. And these are the things that you gotta instill. It's different. And that's just how I move. Like I want to see the raw versus the fabricated. I want to see it all, because it's going to show itself at some point. So these are things that, I personally do to test the artist's work ethic, because in today's economy, your work ethic has to be more than your talent. So this is me just giving you random raw strategies that I've used, but obviously, the quality of the music and all these other type of things, they go really far. Mind you, that's the reason why the other artist had a show in South by Southwest to get on.
Wow.
Right? Now, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to reveal who it is. And in South by Southwest, there's a lot of little gimmicky shows where you could pay to get on, and it could sound all, it was none of that. It was some official shit, but that's a whole nother thing, man. But let me get to the next person, man. I want to just call a couple people
Yes,
while I
sir.
can. I want to give you some energy, man. But do all those things that I said, man. Check out some of the content. Get back to me. I mean, I'm on this thing. Get back to me and let me know what you learned and what you're thinking, and let me know your next, your next area that you get stuck. But read the content. That way, I'm not repeating myself. You'll be more fruitful conversation after you've read that, implemented that, and then you can come back and go, yo, so this is where I'm at. We can have a real conversation versus a figurative one.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
No problem, brother. I appreciate your energy, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, my guy.
You too.
All right, take care. That was dope. Who knew where that conversation was going to go? Random. And it just builds like that. Let's keep it going. Dude, Devin Watson from Pennsylvania. Hey, I'm a writer, and I wanted to get paid shows or have you listen to some of my music and see if I could fit on your roster, maybe make you a manager. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's talk to Devin Watson from Rochester. And my guy says that he's all about getting shows. I've been on radio. They like my stuff. Born in the hood. Started writing when I was 10. Been getting it for a while. He's a songwriter and a rapper. Let's hear what he's talking about. Let's give Devin a call. Let's call Devin. Here we go.
You have reached the voicemail box of 4844.
Oh, don't want to put his information out there. Let's call Devin one more time, see if we catch him.
You have reached the voicemail box of... At the tone, please record your voice message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press pound for more options.
Devin, what's going on? This is your guy, Sirr Love, man. I'm reaching out to you from Phase 6. I got your message when you used the chat line, the text number. And I was going to give you a call to talk about some of the things that you mentioned, but you didn't pick up. If you reach back out probably in the next 15, 30 minutes, I'll probably give you a call back. If not, maybe next time, my guy. But I was giving you a call, so reach back out when you catch this. Take care. One. All right. Didn't get to chat with Devin. A couple things that I will say. Trying to get paid shows when you're a writer is very important to figure out, are you a writer or are you a person trying to get paid shows? Two completely different things. An artist is a person that's doing shows. A writer is a person that's in the studio trying to create situations off of their talent. It's a completely different plan, and people want to work both, but the industry will force you down one pipeline or the other, right? You can be a songwriter, artist, but to be a songwriter in a solo sense is completely different. This guy's a rapper, so a ghost artist or ghost writer, ghost rapper, whatever. But I would have likely had a conversation with him about what path do you want to be on, because all of you guys have got to make a choice. I know you feel like you shouldn't have to make a choice, but if you do your own thing, you generate your own audience, you don't have to make a choice. The audience will choose for you. But if you want someone in the industry to get behind you, they're trying to figure out how to win. And whatever you do has to be in sync with whatever their vision is. And the beauty of being a writer is that a lot of people need you. What sucks about being an artist is nobody needs you. Nobody needs an artist. There's so many artists out here, nobody cares, right? Nobody cares about an artist. An artist is just work and pressure and stress and this, that, and the third. But a songwriter is an answer to my problem with the artist. Songwriter is an answer. You can get out here and really create a lot of opportunities for yourself as a songwriter, and then transition into an artist or be a songwriter and kind of make your way. There's a lot of upside to coming in as a songwriter first and transitioning later if you do indeed have that talent. But if you have that it factor associated with being an artist, then it may make more sense to go down the artist path. Really depends on which strength is which talent is your strength, which pathway are you stronger at, and then you make your decision. If you can't make a decision, then you will constantly be in a situation where people don't know what to do with you. Everyone, if I want a hot dog, ketchup or mustard. If someone tells me that there's some hybrid concoction that includes ketchup and mustard, and it's not barbecue sauce, because a lot of barbecue sauces have both. But if you tell me, I got ketchup or mustard, ketchup, I would look at you like, I don't know what to do with that. I'm not doing that. I don't want that. I want ketchup. Do you got ketchup? Well, no, my ketchup only comes with mustard. I just want. All right, we figure out whether you ketchup and mustard, and you get back to me because I'm just trying to get a hot dog, and I know I can sell this hot dog with ketchup to a bunch of people that like hot dog with ketchup. But the ketchup mustard mixture, I don't know about that. It could be dope, but I don't want to be the person to take the risk on it. You got to go find someone else to take that risk, right? It's kind of how it's seen. Maybe an oversimplified answer, but an answer still the same. Someone else reached out to me, Justin Maynard, the soul teacher from Birmingham. So you're thinking about putting me on? Oh, I think we might have talked already. Yes, sir. I recorded. This person was reached out to me before to get on the podcast and wanted to reach out. Let's talk to him. You know, I don't. He said he's looking for a manager, which means he's trying to figure some things out. His name is Justin Maynard. He's from Birmingham. I'm not going to tell you I'm the hardest out because I know just about everybody is. But I will tell you, once you get me in the studio with the right engineers, you'll never hear nothing like me again. That's a dope introduction line. This bio continues on. Just turned 23. A lot of positive energy coming out of Alabama. Let's call the kid, see what he's talking about. You might get. All right, we got some ringing.
Yeah, just one more time. Hello?
Hello, may I speak to Justin?
Yeah, this is him. Who is this?
Yo, Justin, what's good? This is Sirr Love from Phase 6. How you feeling, man?
Oh, hey, I'm good. I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm fine.
That's what's up.
Hold up. Let me get in a little quiet area, man. Hold on a minute. What's going on?
Nothing much, brother. I saw you reach out to me on the chat line, and I'm doing something mad different. So I started a podcast, and you technically are on it right now. You are one of the few that will be on one of the first episodes. No one knows we're doing this right now because we haven't released any of them. But I have been reaching out to people randomly that reach out via the chat, and I've been, trying to get an understanding of what's going on, answering their questions, seeing if I can help them out. I see you reached out saying that you're looking for management, and it seems like you had some other questions. And so I wanted to take 10 to 15 minutes just to see if I could, help you out a little bit and give you some guidance on what to do, man. How you feeling?
Okay. I'm feeling pretty good, man. Where should we start, man?
You tell me, man. I read your the bio that you submitted. Thank you for filling out the whole thing. Some people don't think this thing is real. And
right.
You filled out the whole thing, and you filled out the form, wrote your name and all that information. And, I prefer that because it gives me an idea of who you are and makes me want to, call you, because otherwise I just get a bunch of random messages, man. And so, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you watching the channel, watching the show, and trusting, me and my team with the information that we're providing you. But, you say you're out here looking for management, and I'm assuming you're trying to take your career to the next level. So where are you right now? Where are you trying to go? What's going on?
I got you.
Give me an update.
Well, yeah, I was. Honestly, man, I've been watching you for about 2 years, actually. On and off, I've been watching you for about 2 years, and over the time span, like I've been pursuing this career for a minute. And where I'm at right now is I'm trying to put together my team. I basically have the production team together, if you will. That's between me and my producer. But I mean, the things where I like in right now, I guess, is constant mixing and mastering, per se. Honestly, when I think about my problems, it always boils down to a financial level. Because I feel like as an artist, as a talent, as a writer, I'm ready in all those fields. But as far as the ability to create my machine, if you will, is lacking in a few areas. But I feel like with where I'm at as an artist and the influence that I had. Now, my influence isn't really showcased on my social media, if you will. My following on Facebook is pretty decent. That's part of it, but Instagram, Twitter could be doing a whole lot better. My stories, that's where I really kind of latch on because I can get about 100 views a day on that. But it's small time stuff. But as far as actually, I have ideas for projects and stuff. I actually have a guy that I'm trying to work with and actually get a part of what team he was he's my videographer, if you will, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we're me and him going through financial stuff as well, whatever. But I felt like with a person that could come and hear what my situation was and was willing to help me work out the kinks with what I needed to do to get to where I needed to be. I'm trying to drop a project called Heartbreak Kid by May. May is my birthday, or whatever the case may be, and I want to use the rest of this time span to be able to drop maybe two, 3 singles a month, predicated to this particular concept that I have. I have a lot of music. I've been recording for years, honestly. I'm sitting on a lot of music, but I'm real disorganized as well with the stuff. I'm kind of taking it day by day and trying to just get out there. Go ahead.
Yeah. I appreciate the context and background. How much have you released right now? Like, what's on the market right now? How many EPs? How many songs?
I only officially released one single, and that's called Legend.
And how well did it do? How many players you got on it?
Well, in Spotify, I got like a bit above 1,000.
Okay.
Apple Music's real poor. Google's real poor. Everywhere else real poor. The video, I released a video on it too as well. That got about at this point like 200 views over a time span of a month. So.
Okay. So it sounds to me like at this point you just now putting your toe in the market. You're just sampling what the market's going to do. So you got. You've been following my videos. First off, thank you for following us, this long and trusting us to be, a part of your career and be advisors from afar. So you built your creative team. Obviously, you've seen the teamwork video that I did where I talked about, how you build your team and what stages come, right? I'm assuming you've seen that video. And you've got a producer already in your pocket and you've already started creating content. Right now, what you got to do is you got to get people to fall in love with your content. So you've transitioned into the marketing phase of your project and what you're trying to do. And one thought that I have is holding content. I don't agree with it. Content is ever changing. The market is ever changing. People are ADHD. They need to see it. They want it in their face. They want it consistent. They want it all the time. I think you should do a slow drip of your music, release more music more consistently, get more people excited about what you're doing. Really get your brand together, your messaging together, and make sure it's consistent with what you're doing musically. And really see what's going on. You need to take a couple dollars. It doesn't take much. Get up $500, which anyone can put together $500, and start investing in some playlist platforms and get an idea of who's rocking with you. There's a bunch of playlisting organizations out here that are charging $250, $125, this, down, the third for different playlists to be on. Research those playlists before you pay for them. Make sure that the audience and the people that come to listen to that type of music is conducive with what you do. Make sure those playlists don't have a million other artists on there, so to ensure that you're actually going to get heard and that they're real playlists and not people out here just hustling and trying to take your money. And get your numbers up and see how people are responding to your music. Right now, you need feedback. Obviously, you sold the producer. The producer is super excited about what you're doing. You guys created a relationship. The producer is vested in you and feels like you guys can be successful together. That's at least what it sounds like now. If not, you're going to evolve to that point. But right now, you need to get some consumer feedback because you are going to have to invest some money in your craft. Are you working right now?
No.
Is there any particular reason why you're not working right now?
I'm hustling.
Okay. Are you generating revenue right now? Better question. Are you generating money right now?
Yeah.
You need to be taking a large percentage of that money and putting it to the side to do what you envision to do. All right? Example. And this is going to be a real life example. I made a commitment that I'm going to pay off all college debts, pay off my house, all car notes, all whatever in 365 days. I made that personal commitment. When I looked at what it was going to require for me to do that, I realized that I was going to have to channel over 80% of my revenue toward that target in order to achieve that goal. Right? Which means I have to sacrifice and live on 20% of my revenue, which means things that I used to do, I can't do no more. I got to make those type of sacrifices to hit my personal goal, right? It's going to take me a year. I'm going to have to sacrifice and live like nobody else does for a year so I can live like nobody else does afterward. Now, after that year, I'm going to be out here looking like super stunner. You know, I probably ain't going to move like that, but that's how I'm going to be living. But I'm going to have to sacrifice for 365 days in order to achieve my goal. And I'm an individual that has sacrificed multiple times for things that I want. I know the power of sacrifice. And if you want to make it in this game, you're going to have to generate revenue. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to, and listen to what I just said. I'm talking 80%. Now, I'm not going to get into the particulars of how much I make and how much I got to live on. I got to pay for my family, my house, my this, my that, and my, cars, whatever, right? I'm not talking about all that. I'm just talking about what my sacrifice is going to be. You take anybody on this planet, you say, yo, live on 20% of your revenue, take 80% and throw it somewhere else, and the person going to look at you crazy. Like, how the fuck am I going to do that? That's the sacrifice. That's how hard I go for the things that I want, right? I want to live a life where I don't owe nobody nothing. That's my commitment for 2021. I'm going to live a life I don't owe nobody nothing. When I come out of 2021, I ain't going to owe nobody nothing. Right? And so your commitment's got to be, at the end of whatever time period, I'm going to make this, I'm going to put this record out. It's going to be the dopest shit ever. I'm going to have X amount of dollars to promote my career. How much money do you make? What is the bare minimum that you need to live on? How much can you actually put to the side? What do you got to cut? You got to cut your weed budget. You got to cut your alcohol budget. You got to cut your kicking in at the club budget. You got to kick your whatever the fuck it's going to take. You're going to get a lot of that. You an artist. All you're going to be doing is smoking and drinking and going to the club. You're going to have a whole lot of that. Sacrifice. How long are you willing to sacrifice to stack your cash up to get what you need in order to push your career forward? Because you're going to have to make some major investments. You're going to have to invest in you. Because ain't nobody going to invest in you if you ain't willing to invest in you. You feel that?
Yeah.
I know I'm coming at you crazy. You like, what?
Nah, you ain't coming at me crazy. I've been watching you for 2 years.
I'm like, this is how I move in my real life. I'm telling you, like, bro, you want it? Do you really want it? Like, wanting it ain't going out, I gotta buy these clothes because it's gonna, it's a part of my career. Like, people buy what they want to buy and do what they want to do because it make them feel good and they blame music. Oh yeah, I gotta invest in myself, so I gotta get this Louis Vuitton belt. Fuck that belt. You know what I'm saying? Like that Louis Vuitton belt gonna cost you $400. That's 2 playlists. You want to look like you on, or you want to be on? Like, that's how you gotta think. Like, do I want to look like the guy, or do I want to be the guy? Do I want to look like I got money, or do I want to have money? You gotta make that decision financially, right? And this is the perfect time to do it for you at this stage in your career, right? So, and according to what I saw, I think did I read? Did you say you're like 23? Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
So you mad young. You got a long time to ball. You got a long time for thoughting and everything else. You got a long time. You know what I'm saying? WAP gonna be here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So for you, like, you gotta make some real sacrifices financially so you can put yourself in a position to invest in yourself. And during that time period, you need to be making some of the dopest fucking content you can possibly make. You need to be stacking up on content that's musical content, that's visual content, that's imagery, that's photo content, that you're stacking up on that, and you're already dripping. I already told you to drip. So you're losing the content as you're stacking the content while you're stacking cash, while you're sacrificing. Everyone asking you, dog, why you looking so bummy? Don't worry about it. You got to be on that. Either that, or you're going to go out and make extra capital and figure out ways to generate more money so you can sustain your lifestyle while investing, which makes your life harder. The quickest way to make revenue is to cut your expenses. The quickest way to increase your profit is to cut your expenses. Quickest way. The quickest way to increase your net worth is to pay off your debt. Hence why I'm doing it. Right? It's the quickest way. So you can talk about schemes to make more money. Yo, I'm gonna take this 5,000, I'm gonna flip it. Or you can take that 5,000, pay off some shit, and then you good, you know? But that's a net worth conversation. For what you're trying to do in investing in yourself, it's all about you stockpiling cash, plotting and planning and making a decision. During this time period, you're releasing music on all the platforms, right? So and you're using the data from those platforms. You're looking at artists like you, for example. You can look at artists like you, figure out who all of them are. Like, who are the people that Spotify compares you to based off of listeners, right? Research every last competitor that you have. That's your competition. Kobe Bryant said that in one interview that he did, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, but he said that when he was not ranked high, and that no one was looking at him as a person that was going to go the distance. And what he did is he studied every single person above him in the rankings in high school and put them on a target list, and decided to intentionally to target how he was going to embarrass these people if he ever saw them in a game. He intentionally looked at all of their stats and decided, I'm going to outperform every last one of these cats. And you got to do the same thing. Who does Spotify compare you to? Targets. I'm going to outperform all of you. What blogs are you on? I'm emailing those blogs twice a week for the next 5 months until they post an article about me. I want to be on every blog you're on. I want to do every stage you did. I want to be on every platform you was on. And I'm going to rigorously attack every single platform until I'm in that space. That's what it takes. Like, that's what it takes at the underground level. I'm blessed to have been in a position where I got to see it at the major level and the underground level. But the underground level is some aggressive shit. Like, you got to be about that life. Like, when I was working with the artists that I was working with, literally, I sent 30 emails every morning. Every morning, I sent 30 emails to random blogs. Most blogs people ain't even heard about. What did that do for me? What did that do for the artist? I tell you what it did for the artist. When promoters came into the city, I got phone calls. I said, how'd you get my information? The promoter said, I called around, and everywhere I called, they said that your artist is the hottest upcoming artist in the city that meets this particular profile, and it's the profile we're targeting. That's why we're calling. I said, where did you go to find that out? Some of them said, we just talked to random people on the streets when we landed. Others would tell me we went to all the local blogs. They weren't going to the top. They weren't going to fucking Fader to find out who we was in the city. What did that turn into? $1,500 check, get on the stage, do a show, 30-minute set. Actually, it was like 20-minute sets. $1,500, $700, $500, $400, whatever it was. That's how we started getting money to reinvest in ourselves. Because I sent 30 emails every day. How did I know who to email? I looked at our competition. I researched our competition. I found out everywhere that competition was getting exposure. And what you find out is that they not like those platforms are regular everyday people that ain't like, you just email a regular person responds. Right. Sent them emails. Here's our EPK. Here's our videos. This is what we're doing. This is my message. This is my story. This is what we're about. We love what you're doing. We love your blog. We love to do an interview. Did so many goddamn interviews with random blogs that no one knew who the fuck they were. But when people came into the city ready to spend a little check on us, next thing you know, we're doing shows out of state. Next thing you know, we're doing shows out of country. Work. Right? So you want this shit, work. That's what it takes. Like, that was super game right there. I don't even know how to, I appreciate you for bringing this conversation out of me, but bro, that's how it worked. You gotta work.
Yeah, man. I definitely need that. That I always need that, bro. I'm the type of person, you know what I'm saying, no matter how much I do something, you know what I'm saying, or repetitive information, anything of that matter, like, I'm always taking in good information. I'm a good student, you know what I'm saying, in my progress is trying to be a master at what I do. I'm quite sure, I guess one question, at what stage should I be looking for management? Because, honestly, everything you said I registered with, and you said ain't no flaw in, in your game, what you told me. And I need to know, like, when's the next step for me to be able to reach out to somebody to get, I ain't gonna lie, like a dog like yourself on my team, a manager, somebody, financial, I had a couple mentors, a couple guys right now, but how do I go about attacking that? You know what I'm saying, part of it, or am I even ready to even be, thinking about that right now?
Yeah, I think right now you just got to put in the work. It's gonna happen, because what's gonna happen is, first off, you got to be in the venues where managers are. And like, bro, I done been to some hole in the wall. I'm in Atlanta. I mean, you in Birmingham, it's a little different. So I'm not sure. I did a what's the name of that fucking festival? I done did some festivals out in Birmingham. Birmingham got a cool little music scene. It's really indie, rock type shit going on out there. Surprisingly, when I was out there, it was some real different vibes. But I've been to a couple festivals out there. We got paid. I done got money out in Birmingham, on the independent scene. With my own, situations that I was running outside of like me, doing the more known artists and kind of coming into the city. Like I did that too, but like the stuff that you want, like your city does festivals. You should get a list of every single festival that happens in your city. You should be calling them. You should be sending them emails and figuring out how to get on their shows. Like I did a whole book about that on booking. It's on the website. I did a whole book talking about booking and how to get on. You should be calling them. You should be getting out there because you want to be in the places that managers are. In Atlanta, managers be in some of the most hole-in-the-wall spots. It'd be a spot only 50 people can fit in. I'll walk in there and see, oh man, that's the A&R from Interscope, and that's dude from Epic over there, and that's my man from RCA. I know who they are. I'll walk in, shake their hands, stand there. What the fuck you doing here? Oh man, I'm here to see so-and-so. Hole-in-the-wall spot, 50 motherfuckers in there max. Sometimes be like spot only 30 motherfuckers can get into, and they be there because they hungry. They trying to win. That's what it takes. Like even the old heads, because they know if I don't stay on it, I'm gonna lose my job. I'm about it. I'm in it. I ain't never lost touch. I done been at house parties, dude. My boy, I was in my apartment. I stayed in Berkshire in Buckhead, Atlanta, right? In my apartment, I come out of my apartment one day. My roommates had 2 roommates at the time. My roommates was throwing the party. They did that every fucking weekend. You know what I'm saying? Just, motherfuckers drunk all over the living room and shit. I walk out there, and I walk out in my living room, and the dude from Justice League, one of the producers from Justice League, is standing outside my bedroom door. Now, at this time, I don't know Justice League. I'm looking at dude like, yo, what's up? Like, I didn't even know him when I walked. And I'm talking to him like, he's like, yeah, I make beats. I'm like, oh, your shit dope. Like, I'm talking to him like, he ain't nobody. Like, your shit dope. He like, yeah, my shit kind of hot. I'm like, well, nah, you got that fire. He like, yeah, I got a little fire. Meanwhile, you Justice League, you just got finished doing all the Rick Ross shit during this time period. Like your shit hot. You've been hot for a minute. He in my living room at a house party. And the artist and the cat that introduced me to him in my living room is Fabio, who ended up being an international, Latino star, passed away, RP, a couple years back. But good friend of mine, and saw this cat come up from nothing and all this other type of stuff. But I walk out my bedroom in a house party, and there is, a multi-platinum producer, right? When I tell you these cats is out here, they out here. So when you think about, being in an environment where you talking about finding a manager, all you got to do is be hot and be consistent and be in the spaces. How do you discover the spaces? First, you got to get out there. Because the spaces are not this illustrious type of situation, bro. The spaces are, random kickbacks. You go to do an event, and the next thing you know, someone's like, hey man, you should come with me to this thing, it's cool. And you're like, you're open to energy. You're not too, you're not involved in so much stuff that got you caught up. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. Next thing you know, you're somewhere and people are there. Your managers will find you. You shouldn't be out looking for a manager. If you dope, managers that are open want to make money. At the same time, if you are pursuing a particular manager, you just gotta be consistent. There are a whole bunch of people that watch my channel. There are probably 3 people that send that I am on a text list. I'm on a text list from them. I get Instagram messages from them. I get emails from them. There are a couple people right now that I can think of. I know their name. I know their latest single. I know all this shit.
That's the big reason why it took me a minute to even reach out to you. Luckily, I saw the video because I've been on your webpage a couple of times. I've been thinking the same thing. Like, man, I know this cat got thousands of guys, at least hundreds of guys, like just like me, emailing him on the daily, you know. So, I definitely hone in all the information. Like seriously, it's like I really take it in. You know.
It's about consistency.
Yeah.
Like I'm hearing it in your heart that you're passionate, but what has to happen next is that dog you hear me talking about. I can't get that to everybody. I'll burn out. That's the truth. So when I make that decision, because right now I'm not representing anybody. I made a commitment to myself. I got some things I got to do for my family and other things before I jump back in. I got it on the calendar. I know exactly when I'm coming back in the game. I know exactly how much capital I'm going to have stacked up. I know exactly who I'm talking to, who I'm moving. All my people that I kicked it with, they done came up. Their relationships are better than they were before. Oh, I'm excited about when I get ready to break an artist again. But it's it's strategic because knowledge, network, money, right? Got the knowledge, network growing. I just never did well with begging. I've had different investors. I closed investment deals for other people, this, that, and the third. But I've learned something about myself, which is I'm not the I am a person that makes business moves with investments, and I normally, most of my investment opportunities come from great networkers that I bring in my circle. And the craziest thing about it is a lot of the people that I've seen invest work in corporate America, high sales oriented spaces, or they're D-boys, coming from the streets, or they're business owners that are looking for some new excitement. These are normally the investors that I see, or it's a family member to the client. I've helped people get investment deals, and these are the type of prospects that they bring in that actually cut checks. And what I've learned is that, man, I can go get this money myself. So I just made different plays and invested in a bunch of different things to position myself. So when it comes to that dog, that energy, myself and other people that are out here in the game, they want to see that you got it. The worst thing in the world is for me to have more hustle than the artist. If I hustle harder than you, then why I need you? Shit, I might as well sing these goddamn songs. You write me the song, I'm gonna be the artist. You make music. Shit, write that shit. I'll rap it. Shit. Well, I'm outworking you, so I'm telling you to work. And there's a manager that I'm talking to now, that I'm coaching along, and I've known this person for a long time. They used to be in PR. They've worked with some of the top agents.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you good. As an agent as a manager I'm working right now, I work with some of the top agents in the game, right? And when we had a conversation about the work, this person is like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize how much work it was on the management side." And I say, "Yeah. So, are you going to do it or not?" And it's like, and this manager, she said, "I'm just going to hire a publicist to do that portion of it." And I said, "Let's talk about it. You used to be a publisher. You used to be a publicist. I'm sorry. And as a publicist, in order to hire a good publicist, you're going to pay anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500 a month minimum, right? And obviously, the more you pay, the better quality publicists you get. The numbers can go much higher than that." She's like, "Yes." And I said, "You also know if you hire a publicist, they ain't really going to do shit for the first 2-3 months. They're not really going to start putting in work to the third month, which means you're really committing about 10 bands before you get any real work out of the publicist. Am I right or wrong?" She's like, "You're right." I said, "Because you and I know if the artist doesn't already have a lot of shit going on and the publicist has to make up stuff, the publicist is going to do a bunch of small things to pacify you along the way. They're going to collect that check because they know you don't have the financial capacity to run the full campaign. And if they get too vested in you, you're going to fall apart. If you want a miracle in 3 months, they know that it's not going to happen. They know that you need enough money to last 10, 12 months. And if you don't got it, they're going to pacify you." I said, "Isn't that right?" She said, "Yeah." Right. I said, "So why the fuck would you pay a publicist when you know you're not getting ready to put 10 bands behind a publicist when you used to be a publicist and you already know what the fuck to do?" And then she goes, "Because I got all this other stuff to do and I don't have time." I said, "Well, you got to make fucking time because that's how this shit works. When you get on the management side, it is the hardest job. And you right now are your own manager as an artist. It is the hardest job. You made a bunch of music. Congratulations. I hope this shit's dope. I haven't heard anything you've done. I hope it's dope. Send me a link to your Spotify after this. My Spotify glitched. You told me the name, but send it to me again. I'm going to check it out. And I'll tell you this, man. You got to put the other work in, because if you're not willing to work, it don't make no sense. Like I said, I woke up every day. I sent 30 fucking emails. I'm not lying. And what was the result? About 20 bands.
Can you do me this favor?
Go ahead.
I wanna, you know what I'm saying, have a way, or at least an outfit to kind of contact you. I know you can't like give me a personal number or something like that, but like an email or something. Like I want to be able to stay on your radar, because like I'm saying, I'm taking everything in, and I'm in the action of putting all this stuff together. And man, you kind of called it the more perfect time, like, and it's a reason I say that is because when I get into those realms of finding managers, this, that, and the third, the reason why I've been watching you particularly for 2 years is because of that dog that, you know, I was talking about. And I you know, it ain't really got nothing to do with your knowledge. It's just I trust you. I trust you more than any other person I don't know right now, whatever case may be. And I feel like if you hear what I have to offer, such as my music or whatever case may be, my catalog, one, I want to email where I can send you some unreleased stuff, because like I said, I only have one single out right now, and that's not really what I want you to judge me for. So I want to be able to send you some music, and then just, you know, just keep an eye out for me. Just kind of keep an eye out for me, and I'm gonna show you and that you're not just talking for no fucking reason besides your podcast.
Yeah, man. Yo, send me my email, phaseviuploads@gmail.com. That's where the site is supposed to go to. I know the site is doing some weird stuff right now, but phaseviuploads. It comes directly to my phone. I see all the messages. And
Phase VI?
Phase VI, Phase 6, Phase VI uploads.
Okay. Oh, it's VI. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Phase. Yep.
Okay.
V is in Victor, VI uploads @gmail.com. I know it sounds generic as crap, but that's where I send everybody that's sending me stuff. And honestly, people ain't sending stuff as often as you think they are. Like, I can quickly and easily see the hustle. It's not hard to define. Like I'm telling you, there are people right now that I've watched every video. I'm on the Instagram page. I clicked the link there where it says, when they drop something, send me a message. There's a bunch of people I done follow back to see what the fuck you do, you know? And, you know, if something like, cause I know it's hot. Shit, you drop some shit and it's hot, I will hit you up like, yo, bro, that shit's hot. What the fuck you doing with the record? Even if I ain't gonna get involved in the record, I'll tell you, yo, this shit's hot. What the fuck you doing with the record? You gonna move the record? You need to call this man. You need to do something. You need to do some shit with your record, you know? And, you know, whatever I can do, I try to do. And I know that when I get in the space, because I'm on a certain energy right now, I got a lot of investments and a lot of things.
Oh man, trust me, bro. I want you to
space,
I need you to have your stuff together, like, bro. Like I've been on this wave. So understand, I've been writing period since I was 7, and pursuing particularly since I was like 15, 16, meaning actively recording. And ever since then, I just, like, I ain't never wanted that overnight situation. I'm not doing this to just get some money, if you will. I have a message, I have a plan that I wanna put together. I'm not gonna necessarily speak on that right now specifically, but I have an end game, if you will. And I really think it's real powerful, bro. And I just really can't wait for you to really just get a better idea of really who I am, and just, you know, and keep grinding like you said, bro.
Let's do it, man.
Phase6upload@gmail. Phase6upload.
That's it. Send me a message. Send a text message back with your updates. You know, you can text me your updates, what's going on as they happen. You know,
on this number?
Yeah, on this number. Everything, I see it. It comes to my phone. Like, I don't sit and open every message, but what happens is I take a moment and I go through everything. Normally it's on the weekend, but on weekdays, as you can see, I'll do the podcast and I might see it. But on the weekends, I'll go through, look at what people sent, things of that nature. But, you know, obviously don't have enough time to reach back out to everybody. But what happens is, you know, things stand out. You got a lot of music. You got a lot of content that you're storing. You got to get it out there. So go to work. Go to work. People will see it. Not just me, other people, they will see it. You know, if someone else comes along and say that you believe in, you're like, yo, do you think this is a good manager? I've had people that have been following me for a long time. This Russian artist by the name of Ksenia, I could think of, man, she and I talked many a times, and our first conversation was like this: hey, reach out here, this, that, and the third. Over time, you know, we've gotten close over the years, and she's like, oh, I got this new manager, and I'm like, yo, that manager's full of shit, you know. And she's like, yo, I got this. I'm like, all right, that manager might be cool, you know, like, you know, I'll tell you what the hell it is, you know, if that's the situation. So, you know, keep navigating, keep working. I gotta make it to the next call before the end of my session today, but bro, I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your questions. I appreciate you bringing out that motivational energy out of me, so that, you know, I can inspire you and others, dog. But keep going, man. Drop your shit. Listen to everything that I said when this podcast comes out. Play it over and over again, because you might not remember everything that I told you, man, and just work.
I got you.
You know, nice meeting you, dog. For sure, man. Stay in contact.
All right.
Take care, brother.
You as well.
One. Oh man, that was a dope conversation. That's that motivational energy. I think that's really what it takes to win. I hope all of you guys picked up on some of that, man. Big shout outs to Justin. I hope he sees all the success that he's looking for. You know, I hope he sees all the success that he's looking for. Do we have time for anybody else? I don't know. I think that might be time. We're at 15 minutes. And at this point, I think I'm going to shut it down. I think you guys got a lot of good information out of the 2 calls that we took today. This is another episode of Chasing Greatness. And remember, any of you guys can be a part of this type of feedback, this type of energy. You got to send a phone text to 404-442-4792. Again, 404-442-4792 to be a part of the things that we're doing, the energy, the positive vibes, the feedback, any question, you know, anything that I talk about on the channel, whether it be management, legal, if I can handle it, I'll talk to it. You know, publishing, if I can handle it, I'll talk to it. Management, if I can handle it, if I can talk to it. Booking, etc., etc. Everything. If I know the answer, I will tell it to you. If I do not know the answer, I will also tell you that I do not know the answer. I said I know a lot about a little and a little bit about a lot. And in this instance, I do not know that shit. That could be the answer, right? But I really appreciate everybody for your commitment to Phase 6, for reaching out. Please indulge yourself on phasevi.com. There's a lot of information there. I know people, you know, I'm not sure why people may not be consuming all of the information, but there's a lot of information there that you can consume that will make you, it can make or break you in this game, that can really be a difference changer. I've written it down. I've made it available to all of you. Follow those principles, follow those rules, follow the messaging, and you will progress. Right? You will progress. I am giving you the underground steps. A person that was in a label-like environment or a production environment, you know, in the space with the people that you guys are trying to be, in that transition to an independent environment, I am telling you what to do, how to do it, where to go, how to navigate, and it is timeless information. Go see it. Other than that, I've enjoyed this session. I've really enjoyed this session. Thank you guys for your time and energy. My name is Sirr Love. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little bit about a lot. And every time I get on this microphone, I'm trying to give you guys everything that I got right here on Phase 6. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your time. Until next time, right here on Chasing Greatness, take care.
Learn to transform your life and build your own empire. With Sirr Love.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, I said real talk. I said real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah. With Sirr Love.